welcome back to Blue Brazil TV. Paul, before we go any further, the number 15 that was playing for Cowdenbeath in the second half tried an audacious lob in the 62nd minute and then nodded in the third goal. Do you think he's got any prospects at the club?
He's got a chance. He might be alright. He's maybe not got the legs anymore, but no.
In all seriousness, Paul, the Lowland League season, it's yet to commence, but how have you enjoyed being in the manager's hot seat for the legendary Blue Brazil so far?
Yeah, no, it's been full on. I've really enjoyed it. When obviously I heard that he was stepping down last year, I had this conversation with the club, with the board and with the chairman about what they wanted to do, and I felt like I could progress what we had started last season. Obviously we know the reasons for Dougie leaving, and I've mentioned it before, I don't want to use that as an excuse anymore or anything like that. So look, there was a lot of hard work to be done over the summer with the players leaving, but I think myself, Colin, have worked really hard to get good players into the club, and look, there's signs there that it's coming together, and
yep.
It's early days.
With the conclusion of tonight's match against Crossgates Primrose, the team's now contested 3 official friendly matches. There was one other which was sort of more of a friendly, perhaps. One to come on Saturday. As a manager, as a coach, building a new squad, because that's what you're doing, what lessons have you learned so far? What have you taken from these friendly matches so far?
Look, it's been really good exercises, all of them. The opposition we've come up against has been really good, really competitive. I think you see tonight there's plenty of tackles flying in, and sometimes pre-season can be a little false and a little bit of you have the ball, it's not a real game. But I think with the opposition we've had tonight, Gartcare and Dundonald have all been competitive games, so it was good to have them. And obviously, look, there's been a lot of hard work on the training ground, like the boys will tell you that training's been tough. I need my squad to be fit. I think it showed there at the end. We ran all over them the last 10-15 minutes, to be honest, and that's what we're going to have to do this season. I want the boys to play. I'm big on getting good ball players on the pitch. I think you've seen that with the type of player we brought in, your Walties, your Dillons, you know what I mean? So
exactly, that's what I was just about to ask you. You know, can you provide an overview of what the fans can expect from a Cowdenbeath side managed by Paul McLean?
Yeah, look, and I've said it to the boys since day one, my ethos in football is you've got to get players in the box to score goals. I want attacking football. I want my fullbacks to be high. Look, you see the games on football where I think some teams overpass the game, and pre-season can sometimes become a wee bit like that, where teams are maybe overplaying. But I think what I've been drilling into the boys is we've got to play with a purpose, and the purpose is to get the ball in the final third. Fans come to watch goals, they come to watch teams attacking. So get the ball out wide, get the ball in the box, and be positive. That's what I've said it. Like I hear it all the time. Where if one full back goes, the other one has to sit in. No, I want both my full backs going. I'm all for attacking football, and I think that's what fans want to see. They want to see goals. Like fans would rather come and watch a 5-4 than a 1-0. You know what I mean? So look, I think we do need to. There's a lot of things to work on, but it's early days. I'm really pleased with how we're looking.
Looking to the makeup of the squad, it looks like you'll be running with a squad of about 19. One player stands out as being well known to fans of the Blue Brazil. That player is, of course, Nat Weatherburn. How significant was it for the club to have Nat sign up for the coming season?
Massive, really big signing for the club. I think when we heard he was becoming available from Stenhousemuir, it was one that me and Colin spoke about at length, and we said right away we need to get him in. Really, we had to pull out all the stops to get him in, and we had good conversations with Nat. He's obviously a local Fife boy. Obviously been at Cowdenbeath before, as you say. He's a great guy. He's what he'll do on the pitch is brilliant. Everyone knows what you get with Nat on the pitch. You'll not take the ball off him. You know what I mean? But what he'll do in that change room as well, because we're a young squad. There is a lot of boys that are maybe getting their first chance at men's football. And I said that to Colin when we spoke about our targets in the summer, that we need experience sprinkled in there. So you've got Nat, you've got Watty, you've got Darren Downey, you know what I mean? There is experience, and then you'd add that on to like Jack and Sam who have been here and done it. I think with all the young boys that we're bringing in. There is a good mixture there, a good gel, and already I'm seeing the boys like knitting together and relationships forming and stuff like that. And for a manager, that's massive. I said that again to the boys, that see a changing room that's wants to be together, they want to come to training, they want to work for each other. That's the positive. That's how you get a good team, and we've got early signs of that.
You mentioned Jack Denham, I think. He has, of course, been awarded the captain's armband for the season. He's also agreed a new deal with the club. It's a great accolade for the young man, who's clearly committed to giving his utmost for the club on the field. What was your thinking behind that decision to make that young man captain?
Look, when me and Dougie came in last year, both of us said that Jack's got all the attributes to go and play at a right good level. He's big, aggressive, good in the air, quick, decent enough on the ball, so he had everything. And at the start of last season I think he was brilliant. And then he hit a little, and he'll admit himself, probably a little rocky spell. He went out on loan, which, look, me and Dougie disagreed on a wee bit last year, but he was the manager at the end of the day. So look, he went out, he done really well, he's came back, and his attitude's been spot on since then. And he's came back into pre-season. He's a leader. He's someone I trust. He's like, and that's what I like. I said it to him basically since day one when I came in last year, that he's the type of guy I want in my changing room. He puts demands on other players and stuff like that. And I think along with Sam and along with Watty, other players like that, that I need a leadership group in there, meaning that I'm not always having to come in and have a go at the team and stuff like that. See if a team can manage the changing room themselves, it makes my job so much easier. So having that in there, it's just ideal. And look, the big man's done brilliant, and he deserves his new contract, and I really hope he goes and kicks on.
There's one more friendly before the Lowland League season kicks off. That's against Tynecastle on Saturday at Migotland in Edinburgh. How do you intend to maximise or optimise that fixture in terms of squad development and indeed, individual player development before we hit the ground running, so to speak?
Yeah, well look, it's the last friendly, and I've said that in there, like all 4 games, the whole squad's been used, everyone's had a chance to prove himself, and I said it to the trialists that played the bounce game last Tuesday against Kirkcaldy, that this is their chance to go stand out and stuff like that. You don't get many opportunities in football, and it's hard, like they're only getting maybe 90 minutes, 120 minutes to prove themselves. So, and I said that again tonight to the boys, and on Saturday the ones, this is your chance to go and get yourself the jersey. Like looking on to Saturday now, it will be more match based, where I won't be making 8-9 subs. It'll be the team that's, I'm not saying the team that starts on Saturday will be the team that starts next week, because you know what football's like, but it will be an 11 that I would be more than happy to start with the next game week. There, for a couple of reasons, there might be certain boys playing or certain boys not playing for whatever reason, but the 11 that go out will be an 11 that will be used next Saturday, and they will play as much as I feel. It'll not be the times the games now for minutes and the legs are gone. We're now down to the nitty gritty stuff, and I said that tonight, like we need to win games, and I've said it since day one that I came in, that I don't care whether you're playing a pre-season friendly, a 5-a-side game at training, or you're playing a Scottish Cup first round game. I want to win every single game of football, and I think we've had 4 friendlies or 3 official friendlies and 3 wins, and it sets a tone, and the fans are looking at it going, oh look, they're doing well, and the boys are upbeat and stuff like that, and I think that's what my ethos is win games of football.
Well, looking ahead to the Lowland League season itself,
Yeah.
I think it's not unreasonable to suggest, and no doubt you're aware of this, that Cowdenbeath's first 6 or 7 or even 8 fixtures all involve challenging opposition for one reason or another. The first game south of the border against Berwick on the 26th of July. Do you already have a game plan in mind for that match, or are you just going to wait and see how things progress after Saturday?
No, look, with everything that we've built in pre-season is to set up for that first game. Obviously we didn't know who we had when we first got in for training and stuff like that, but look, I've got a way I want to play football. I think the shape that has been played in the 4 games has been similar. There's not really been, I'm not wanting to change it up every time. Look, there'll be certain games throughout the season where we might have to change shape, or we might have to do something to combat the opposition, but I think if a team knows what they want to do before you go out, and we drill it in, myself, my coaching staff get it drilled into training, this is the way we want to play, you make other teams adapt to you. If you're doing that, then you're doing something right. If we have to adapt to other teams, then we have the team on the back foot. So everything we've done is aimed towards that, and having an idea, an ethos, the way we want to play. And as I say, there's signs there that's working. There's a lot of things to work on, a lot of things, and we know that. And look, pre-season you've done a lot of fitness work, a lot of like running and stuff like that. So I've not really had much chance to work with the boys on the tactics side, but that will come in the first 1, 2, 3 weeks of the season. But no, Berwick obviously will be a tough game. We've had them watched. Pre-season again, you have to take a wee bit of grain of salt. You don't know whether they've got trialists playing or stuff like that. But look, I know what Berwick are like. It'll be a tough game down there. We've had a decent pre-season as well, made some good signings. So look, I think the Lowland League coming up, I think every game's going to be tough, and it's one I'm looking forward to.
Paul McLean, thanks for taking the time to
No problem
speak
at all.
to us on Blue Brazil TV. We'll speak again, no doubt, in the course of the season, but meantime, all the very best for a successful first campaign.
Thank you very much.
Manager of the
Looking
Blue
forward to
Brazil.
it. Can't wait. Come and support us.